Myself Manisha, Faculty of Silvers Public School, Department of Mathematics. Today we are going to discuss about a few topics in geometry. What do you mean by a geometry? Geometry is a branch of mathematics that measures and compares lines, angles, line segments, solids and surface, etc. In your previous class, you already studied about some of the basic geometrical figures like rectangle, triangle, squares and circles, etc. Here, in this video, we will learn about a few geometrical concepts like points, line segments, rays, angles, etc. So, let's go to our first section, that is point. A dot is known as a point. We represent a point by using a dot. And the second one is, it shows exact position. That means we use points for locating position. And the third point is, it has no dimension. That means a point has no length, no breadth and no height. We represent point by using dot and it is named by using capital letters. That is, some points are noted here, that is point A, point B and point C. We also select some examples from our daily life, such as sharpened end of a pencil and pointed end of a needle. To make it clear, I will explain the concept once more. As a dot is known as a point. It shows exact position or a location. It has no dimension. That means it has no length, no breadth and no height. We denote point by using capital letters. So next we will go to the next section, that is line. What do you mean by a line? A collection of points in a straight path is called a line. It has no endpoints. That's why we cannot measure its length. For example, this is an example for a line. This is an example for a line. We marks 2 points A and B on it. We marks 2 points A and B on it. That's why we can read it as line AB. Line AB. We can read it as line AB. Here these two endpoints going to infinity. We cannot measure the length of this line. So here A and B are any 2 points on this line. A and B are any 2 points on this line. So I will repeat the concept. A line is a collection of points in a straight path and it has no endpoints. That's why we cannot measure its length. We can find out so many examples from our daily life situations, such as railway line. Railway line is a best example for a line. That means it has no starting point and it has no ending point. So it is considered as an example for a line. So next we will go to the next section, that is line segment. What do you mean by a line segment? A line segment is a part of a line. Line segment is a part of a line. It has 2 endpoints. A line segment has 2 endpoints. That's why it has a fixed length also. Examples, so many examples can be seen in our daily life situations, that is pencil, because the pencil has 2 endpoints. And another example is edge of a table. All these 2 are considered as the example for a line segment. So here in this picture we can see a line segment. That means this is a line. Here I denote 2 points A and B on it. This portion is representing a line segment. That means a line segment means it is a part of a line. So this small portion representing a line segment. It has 2 endpoints. Here this A represent the starting point and B represent the ending point. So this line segment. So we can write it as line segment AB. Line segment AB. Here A is the starting point and B is the ending point. Line segment is a part of a line which has two endpoints. That's why we can measure the length of line segment. So, physical examples of line segments are pencil, edges of a table. So many examples we can see from our daily life situations. So, next topic is ray. Ray is a part of a line which has only one end point and other end goes to infinity. That's why we cannot measure the length of ray. So, these are some figures that representing ray, the physical representation of a ray. Here, the sun rays shows a ray. That means here, this point represent a starting point. But here, no end, it's going to infinity. So, this sun ray is a best example for a ray. The sun rays are best example for a ray. So, how can you explain a ray? It is a part of a line which has one end point and other end goes to infinity. So, an example is there, that is sun ray. We can find out torch lights. That is another example for a ray. So, next we are going to do some questions. How many points are there in any line? How many points are there in any line? We already discussed a line is collection of points. A line is formed by collection of points. A line is formed by collection of points. So, we can find infinite number of points in this line. Okay, we can see infinite number of points in this line. So, next question is, how many line segments are there in between the line segment PR? How many line segments are there in between the line segment PR? So, listen here. Our question is, how many line segments are there in between the line segment PR? Here P is a point here and R is a point there. So, how many points in between this P and R? There is only one point. So, we can find two line segments are here. Which are the line segment? That is line segment PQ, line segment PQ and line segment QR, line segment QR. So, line segment PQ, line segment PQ and the second one is line segment QR. How can you read this? Line segment PQ and line segment QR. Here P is the starting point and Q is the ending point. Similarly, here also Q is the starting point and R is the ending point. From this figure, we can note that line segment is a part of a line. It has two endpoints. It has two endpoints. That is, first one for the first line segment, the endpoints are P and Q, and the second one, the endpoints are Q and R. So, next new section is angles. What do you mean by an angle? When two rays have a common point, they form an angle. So, angles means when two rays have a common endpoints, they form an angle. This is ray AB. What do you mean by ray AB? A is a starting point and the second portion, that means end points goes to infinity. And this one is another ray AC. So listen, here these two rays meeting at a common point. These two rays meeting at a common point. So this common point is the vertex. This common point is the vertex. So what is the definition of an angle? When two rays have a common point, form an angle. When two rays have a common endpoint, they form an angle. So these are some examples for angles. Pairs of scissors, hockey stick and chairs are some examples for angles. So next we are going to discuss about parts of an angle. So next we are going to discuss about next topic is parts of an angle. We already discussed what you mean by an angle. An angle means when two rays meet at a common point, they form an angle. Two rays meet at a common point, they form an angle. Here so look at this picture. In this picture, 3 points are there, A, B and C. So here A is the common point. So we can call it as vertex. AB and AC are two rays. Therefore, we can call it as arms. So parts of an angle means for an angle mainly there are two parts. Two arms and one vertex. Arms means these rays we can call it as arms. Here there are two rays AB and AC. So we can call it as arms of an angle. These rays we can call it as arms of an angle, and this common point is known as the vertex of an angle. This common point is known as the vertex of an angle. For example, consider the next example, PQR. PQR. PQR, in angle PQR, here Q is the vertex. That means ray QP and ray QR meet at a common endpoint Q. So this common endpoint is known as the vertex, and these two rays are known as the arms of the angle PQR. We can represent this angle by using this symbol. We can represent this angle by using the symbol PQR. Using this symbol PQR. We can read it as angle PQR. Consider another example. Consider another example, AEF. Here E is the common point. So we can call it as vertex. And EA and EF are two rays. So that are called arms of an angle. And we can represent as angle AEF. Angle AEF. Here we can see that for these two examples, the first one angle PQR and the second one angle AEF, vertex is always in the middle. The middle letter is always the vertex. Vertex is always in the middle. So these are about parts of an angle. Parts of an angle, for an angle there are mainly two parts, arms and vertex. Arms means the two rays are called the arms of an angle, and the common point is known as the vertex. We denote an angle by using the symbol PQR. And here one more example is there. We can denote angle AEF by using this symbol. In these two cases, we can see that vertex is always in the middle. Here Q is the vertex and in this case E is the vertex. So next we are going to discuss more about angles. We can measure the gap between two arms by using degrees. What do you mean by a degree? Degree is a unit of measurement for measuring angles. Degree is a unit of measurement for measuring angles. We use protractor for measuring an angles. So this is an instrument. This instrument is protractor. So protractor is used for measuring angles. So we can measure the gap between two arms of an angle by using degrees. What do you mean by degree? Degree is a unit for measurement for measuring angles. And protractor is an instrument for measuring angles. So next we are going to discuss about types of angles. According to the measurements, we can divide angles into 4 types: right angle, acute angle, obtuse angle and straight angle. Mainly there are 4 types of angle. First one, right angle, acute angle, obtuse angle and the last one is straight angle. So let's go to the first one, right angle. Right angles means an angles whose measure is 90 degree is called a right angle. An angles whose measure is 90 degree is called a right angles. Its picture is like this. Okay, here in between these two lines an angle of measurement is 90 degree. So this is called a right angle. Here also an angle of measurement is, this case an angle of measurement is 90 degree. Here also angle of measurement is 90 degree. In all these cases angle of measurement is 90 degree. So we can say that it is a right angle. Right angles means an angles whose measure is correct 90 degree. So many examples we can see from our daily life situation. One example is corner of your room, corner of your books. All these are examples for right angles. So next type is acute angle. Acute angles means an angles whose measure is between 0 degree and 90 degree is called an acute angle. An angles whose measure is between 0 degree and 90 degree is called an acute angle. For example, here the angle of measurement is 60 degree. For example, consider the angle ABC. Here it is 60 degree. Angle of measurement is here 60 degree. 60 degree is less than 90 degree. That means 60 degree is in between 0 and 90. That's why this angle ABC is called acute angle. Acute angles means an angles whose measure is between 0 degree and 90 degree. So here so many examples are there. Piece of a cake and piece of a pizza and clock. One clock is there. Here also an angle less than 90 degree. So these are the examples for an acute angles. In your daily life situation you can find out so many examples. Okay. So acute angles means an angles whose measure is between 0 degree and 90 degree. So next we are going to the next topic, that is obtuse angle. An angles whose measure is between 90 degree and 180 degree is called an obtuse angle. For example, here in this picture an angle is there we can name it as angle ABC. Here the measurement of ABC is 153 degree. And here also one more angle is there. So we can name it as PQR. So measurement of PQR is 118 degree. So for these two cases we can see that here the measurement is greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. So we can call it as an obtuse angle. An obtuse angle means an angle whose measure is between 90 degree and 180 degree is called an obtuse angle. Another example, I will show you another example. Here it is 110 degree. So this one is also an example for an obtuse angle. This one is also an example for an obtuse angle. PQR is equal to 110 degree. This one is also an example for a obtuse angle. Obtuse angles means an angles whose measure is between 90 degree and 180 degree is called obtuse angle. So next, an angles whose measure is 180 degree is called a straight angle. So our last types of angle is, last type is straight angle. Straight angles means an angles whose measure is 180 degree is called a straight angle. A straight angle is always like this, a straight line. Here a middle point is there, so we can mark it as A, and this ray is known as AB and this ray is known as AC. So between these an angle is formed. Its measurement is 180 degree. So a straight angle means angle whose measure is 180 degree is called a straight angle. So here some examples for straight angle. A clock is there. In between these clocks the angle is 180 degree. A straight line. Here one straight line is formed. So its angle is 180 degree. And here also an angle is there. Straight line is there. So here also angle 180 degree. So these are the examples for straight angle. So today we are discussing types of angle. Mainly there are 4 types of angle: acute angle, obtuse angle, straight angle and right angle. So straight angles means an angle whose measure is 180 degree is called straight angle. Obtuse angles means an angles whose measure is between 90 degree and 180 degree is called an obtuse angle. And next, an acute angle. An acute angles means an angles whose measure is between 0 degree and 90 degree. And right angle. Right angles means an angles whose measure is 90 degree is called a right angle. So these are the types of angles we already discussed. Then we are going to the last section. What is the angle between the needles when the time is 12:20, acute or obtuse? So first we will draw a clock. So here 12 and this one 6, 3 and this one is 9. (12:20) means the angle is like this. 12:20 means the angle is like this. So here the angle is more than 90 degree. So this one is an example for obtuse angle. So this one is an example for obtuse angle. Now I wind up my section. I hope all of you enjoy my section. So stay safe and stay home. Thank you.